Okay. It's just been 1 week's gap. Looks like it's been a long gap. So let's do a quick revision where we left verse 3. We have done 4 parts of it, 2 more to go. So hopefully complete that today and jump to the verse 4. So verse 3 was Utsaha Nishya Dharya Tat Karma Pravartana Sangha Tyagat Satovritte Shadbir Bhakti Prasiddhati. Anyone would like to give like one line summary of verse 3? What is being explained here? Anyone? Just a quick. Everyone forgot or they are shy? Okay, Akanda Prabhuji.
Basically, here is the list of things which are favorable are given. So like Utsahat, Nishchayat and Dhairyat, meaning enthusiasm, determination and patience. These are the 3 qualities which are conducive and allow us to progress in bhakti. And the second item is Tat Tat Karma Pravartanat. That means we do the activities which are prescribed by the acharyas that are favorable to bhakti, like chanting, deity worship, and any other limbs of bhakti we can practice. The third item is Sangha Tyagat, Satavrtahe, meaning we need to give up the association of worldly minded people because these can have influence on us, a negative influence, because if we sometimes it's said that the person is known by the company he keeps. So
Yes.
basically we need to avoid those temptations, because ultimately the association of those people will lead us to unwanted temptations and we'll give in to those. So that needs to be avoided. Satavrtahe means follow the disciplic succession of acharyas in their footsteps and their instructions. These are the 6 Shadbir Bhakti Prasiddhyati, meaning these are the 6 items which are conducive and the bhakti will flourish if we follow them. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Very nice. You explained the whole verse very nicely in few lines. So these are the 6 items which are the positive items which we are supposed to do. What was verse 2? The negative items which we are not supposed to do. And what's the goal of verse 2 and 3? Verse 1. So if you want to achieve the goal of verse 1, you have to do verse 3 and not do verse 2. So what we are reading right now is the list of things which we are supposed to do. Anyone remembers 3 examples we gave for this verse? Also, Prabhuji, you remember anyone?
Well,
Just
in
as principle.
Dhairyat,
Not individually, just for the whole thing. So Sahat, Nishad, Dhairyat. We gave 3 examples. Okay, let's look at the screen. Now you can remember.
first is that you need to know where you need to go. So for that, you need to have the Nishchaya, where you have to
Utsaha.
go. And then
So,
Utsaha
Utsaha to
is the
go.
first thing. Yeah,
You want to
Utsaha to
go
go.
Liverpool Rath Yatra, first you have to have Utsaha in it. Huh?
Yes.
And then?
Then Nishchaya, that you need to you need to have firm determination to do it, a confidence that you want to do it.
Yeah.
And
So if you
then
catch M5 from temple, you'll reach there. Have faith in M5. If you don't have faith in M5, I don't know whether it will lead to Liverpool or maybe Brisbane. So Utsahat, Nishayat. And if I
Dhairya
follow
is
M5, I'll
patience.
reach. Yeah. And
Yes. Patience.
yeah.
Dhairya is patience. One should have patience
We'll
because we are on
take
the
1
path
hour
that we
in
have.
traffic.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that patience has to be there. No, I want to reach there in 3 minutes, maybe by helicopter, not by car. Huh? So Sahat Nishad Dharma. That applies even on normal day-to-day life. Another example anyone remembers, which we gave? One is the journey example. One is?
One was the sparrow example.
Uh-huh.
So where
The
the
wife,
sparrow's
wife.
eggs were in the ocean and the sparrow was determined to get the eggs.
Okay, that one. Okay. Yes. We also took example of medicine.
On the
I
medicine as
cannot
well.
see Manmohan Prabhuji on the call, but through that we can remember one example. So Sundar Gopal, can you explain this one?
Yes, Prabhu. So in this one, you need it's odd to say you need to have that utsaha to take the medicine so that you become better.
Because if you are sick, you have to
If
have
you're
utsaha.
sick,
Like
you have to
sometimes
have that
people don't
utsaha.
even take the medication. They don't go to the doctor. They're in depression or something. They don't even go out and talk about and their problem gets worse.
Yeah. So you need to have that utsaha, and then you need to have that nischay that you will take that medicine. You will have that trust on the doctor that whatever that medicine
Yes.
doctor is medicine is giving you, it'll cure you. You need to have the dhairya so that when you take the medicine, in some time you'll get better.
Yes.
Whatever
So
course of time, you'll get better.
you can't just take, one tablet and say, okay,
Yeah.
my disease is not gone as yet. And doctor will say, no, you have to wait for certain number of days to be able to finish the course. Okay. And the third one, which Sundar Gopal Prabhu was explaining, you can continue, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Speaking
Krishna.
of sick, I'm actually sick.
Okay. You want to speak? Please do.
No, he's saying, speaking of sick, he's actually sick, but he does not have the utsaha to take the medicine.
Acha. Okay. Thank you, Adi, for telling the truth. No. Okay, Prabhu, if you cannot speak, that's fine. Someone else can do. So there's a picture on the screen. Anyone can explain that? Charumata? You lost the utsaha?
Prabhu, shall I say, Prabhu?
Okay, lost.
Mataji wants to say.
Who wants
So,
to say?
Mamas
Okay, yeah.
Prabhu, you want to say? Mamas
Maybe
Prabhu, you
Vijay
go
Gopi
ahead.
Mataji,
I
she
can,
wants.
I can say.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vijay Gopi
Prabhu,
Mataji.
you can continue, Prabhu. Like, it's okay.
It's okay,
Let-
Mataji, I've done one, you can do another one.
Okay, okay. It's like the sparrow, Prabhu, like who laid the eggs near the seashore, and then the waves have washed away, and then the sparrow was so determined to take the eggs back, so it started like taking one drop at a time, and it says that I want to dry up the ocean. By seeing that
So first
determination,
one is utsaha. So what was the utsaha of the sparrow? What was the enthusiasm, the first one of the sparrow?
to dry up the ocean.
I will dry up the
No.
ocean.
Yeah.
That's the utsaha, right? That's the starting of the project. It's not the end of the project. It's starting the project. Her goal was very, very clear. I'm going to dry up this ocean. A small sparrow going to dry up that big ocean. That's the utsaha. And then nishchaya. I
Nishchaya,
will
get
do it.
the eggs back. Yeah.
I will do
get
it,
the
no
eggs.
matter what. Another
Yeah.
example comes to my mind, Dhruv Maharaj. When Narad Muni said, no, this tapasya is going to be very difficult. Dhruv Maharaj said, that doesn't matter. I'm going to do it. No matter what happens, I'm going to achieve Lord Vishnu as per your instructions. So that nishchaya, if a disciple has, he will go back to Godhead. But if we doubt our spiritual master, if we doubt the process, Hare Krishna wale achhe hain ki aise hi hai? If we doubt all these things, is prasadam okay or not okay? Doubt our books, doubt the shastra, doubt the devotees, doubt the process, then we will never reach back to Godhead. So utsaha and then nishchat. And dhairya is?
Dhairya, it's just the patience, like one drop at a time, like to dry up the whole ocean. So he's still trying.
Yes. And she's dhairya, like she knows that one drop at a time will take long time. But I'm going to keep the dhairya. Not after like 1 hour she started complaining. The ocean is not drying up as yet. So similarly, if you convert it to jiva, can anyone explain that analogy of the jiva in this example? Someone else?
Prabhu, Jiva is basically like the sparrow
Yes,
who,
Prabhuji. Yes.
yeah, it's basically like a sparrow who has actually forgotten its relationship. I mean, they've forgotten the eggs with the influence of Maya or the material energy.
So what is the egg represent?
That's
Our
something of
Krishna
our,
Prema.
yes, our Krishna Prema,
Our
yes, our
Krishna Prema has
relationship.
been taken away
Yes, Krishna.
by this big, huge ocean of material existence. Yes, Prabhuji, please continue.
And then, sorry, the help is being given by Garuda, who is our spiritual master, who actually develops our relationship with the Lord, who actually helps us to overcome all the material problems and takes us to the goal of attaining Krishna.
Helps us to overcome material problems.
Oh.
Why not?
No, means helps us to like he established a relationship with Krishna in which all the material problems are subsided. He actually gives us the knowledge with which all these material problems actually get diluted, or else like it doesn't influence us in a way.
Yeah.
And
We
he gives
lose
us
that
the
focus.
confidence.
We lose that focus. The problems may never go away, but we lose that focus. So basically, when a spiritual master comes and he sees the nishchaya of a disciple, then he sort of can make arrangements for us. But if we don't have any usaha or nishchaya or dharya, then spiritual master can't do much. But if we carry on with the instruction of spiritual master with saha, with nishchaya, with dharya, he will personally come. Prabhupada said, I will personally come and drag you back to Godhead. I guarantee, I guarantee, I guarantee. Prabhupada said that. And the disciples were too morose and said, we can't be pure devotees by the end of this life. Prabhupada said, okay, even 90% pure is fine. 90% too much. Prabhupada, okay, 80% is still too much. 70%. 70%. So basically what the point here is, we should try our best, but even at the end of life or lives, we can be as best as possible, serve a spiritual master, then our spiritual master can take us back to Godhead, because all the gaps he will be fulfilling. Because ideally speaking, otherwise the journey will be practically impossible. Some sannyasi was saying, some sannyasi was asked this question, when we will go back to Godhead? And the answer he gave, very beautiful. He said, it will take shorter than what we deserve and longer than what we expect. So it will be shorter than what we deserve, because we have done so much anarthas. We are still so much contaminated in our heart. It should take actually very, very long. But Krishna will shorten it. Our spiritual master will shorten that gap. But it will be more than what we expect. Sometimes we expect, आज रात कोई चले जाते तो अच्छा था. Sometimes we are frustrated with our material problems and all that, and we say, oh, I wish I can go back to Godhead. But that never happens. Huh? So he said, it will be longer than you expect, but shorter than what you deserve. Very nice statement. We still have to work very hard for it. Okay, thank you. So these three examples we can remember of a journey, of a medication, and this little sparrow. And also we sort of drew up a chart, a visual chart. If you have enthusiasm only and have no patience, okay, utsaha only, no nishchaya and no dharya, which mode of nature you are in? So we
I
drew
think
up a
it's
chart, if you
passion.
remember.
I think it's a passion.
Sorry, say again.
Passion.
Passion,
Mode of
okay.
passion
So
is one.
only utsaha have no dharya and no nishchaya. That's passion, okay. If you have all three, utsaha, nishchaya, dharya.
Mode of pure goodness.
Pure goodness, thank you. If you have utsaha and nishchaya, but no dharya,
Ignorance.
Yes.
that's goodness actually. So you have utsaha and nishchaya. First two if you have. So first three you have, that's pure goodness. First two you have, that's goodness. You don't have dharya, but you are still progressing. But if you only have the first one, like utsaha, 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 that's passion. And if you have utsaha and no faith even, that's called ignorance. And many times you see young children, some boys or girls, they're just jumping here and there. That's pure ignorance. They're showing a lot of things, utsaha, but without any faith or without any determination, that's ignorance. So, but if you have utsaha and some faith is there, but a lot of utsaha, some devotees, especially neophytes, they come and do so much service, there's that, and then sometimes they just disappear. So that was in passion, which is not bad. Anything done for Krishna will give some results to that person. Okay, let's move forward. So Nishchaya, this is where we started the last class. So I'll quickly read what Prabhupada is saying, the first two lines. Endeavoring with confidence. What was the definition of utsaha as per Prabhupada? Endeavoring with intelligence. So intelligence is yukti. Yuktahar viharasya. Yukti has to be there. When we serve Krishna, we have to put some intelligence. How can we serve Krishna in more creative ways? So utsaha is not, as Prabhupada said, not just jumping up and down in the kirtan, which is nice, but that's not just utsaha. Utsaha is how we can preach, how we can serve Krishna in better way. That's called utsaha. And nishchaya is endeavoring with confidence. What does confidence here mean? Anyone remembers? Discussed some definitions last week or last class. Confidence in what?
Faith and conviction.
Faith and conviction in the process of Krishna consciousness, for example, in this instance. So we should have confidence. And for that, we looked at the next slide. If you remember, anyone can explain what's the first picture representing?
The UN.
Okay. Can you explain that, Prabhuji?
Well, you said that Prabhupada actually said that if UN is working properly, then the number of nations should not increase every year. If the goal is to be one, then obviously everyone should work together. Whereas UN is not actually, although its principle is that, but it's not working to that effect.
Yeah.
So,
So how does it
that,
relate to our verse?
uh,
The example is correct, Prabhu. How does it relate back to our verse? Why are we discussing that United Nations example? Anyone else? Sorry, I'm just asking so everyone can start thinking.
Prabhu, I think you mentioned ki, matlab, they are karmis, so
Karmis have no faith in the path of karmis. They say a lot of things, nothing worse. Nothing worse. Huh? They can have a lot of big meetings and they can spend millions of dollars and this and that. I think Prabhupada said somewhere, US government, talking 50 years ago, was spending $1 billion at that time, 50 years ago, $1 billion to reform these druggists into a normal person. The spending in rehabilitation and all those things. Prabhupada said, see, you didn't have to give me even 1 paisa, 1 cent, and I've changed all these people. They were also druggies, right? From hippies, I've made them happies. So Prabhupada said, this is the path of Krishna consciousness. Just by speaking, making plans, this and that, it's just not going to work. The problems are going to worse and worse and worse. Okay, second picture. Who will explain that? So Kanika Mataji and Mahasubh Prabhu did the first one. Second picture. What is it?
Who is it? The demigod worshippers?
Demigod worshipper? Yes. So how does it?
Sorry, Prabhu.
No problem. Anyone else? Charumata? Okay. Yes, Prabhuji. Second picture.
It's about demigod. Yeah.
That is true.
Prabhu,
Some
is
more
it
explanation?
that people do demigod worship, but they don't have confidence in the Supreme Lord, so they go here and there, and
Yes.
their mind is wavering, in different places and different demigods. So
Yep. So the
they lack
first one
confidence.
is, yes, Mataji, thank you. So first one is purely on a material world level, right? They have no respect for another authority. But some people are more intelligent. They think at least they are intelligent. They go to, okay, UNO is not working, these schemes are not working, but demigod worship will definitely. If I do Shani Puja, my Shani is bhari, my Shani is heavy or Mangal is heavy. My Shukra is on this planet and that planet. So if I do demigod worship, then I'll be happy. Isn't it? For their happiness, they try different people try different ways. So is that going to work? The second one, that's also karma mark. That's also karma mark. Bit different approach, but it's a karma mark. They're trying to be happy through first way or second way. Not going to work. What does demigod worship do? My Guru Maharaj said in one class, if you're carrying a suitcase in your hand, if you're, in olden days, we used to carry the suitcase, there are no wheels. Nowadays, boys will not understand it. We used to carry the 20-kilo suitcase in our hand. So when your one hand gets tired, what do? You put the suitcase in the other hand. When your both hands get tired, what do? You put it on your back. So my Guru Maharaj said, so when you go to these pujas, if they are successful, first question is if they are successful. If they are successful, what do? They just shift the karma for another time. That's all. They don't get rid of the karma. They just shift the karma. So suppose even if the pujari was nice, he did his job, which hardly anyone knows these days. They're just going to shift the karma. But your karma, you have to. Only one way of getting rid of that karma. What is that way? Only one way. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayami ma socha. There is no other way. There is no other way to get rid of the karma. Only Krishna can, write off your account. No one else can do that. So second is not going to work. Third picture, who can explain? Prasanna Prabhuji?
Hiranyakashipu.
Hiranyakashipu.
Yes. So what is he doing and why he is here in this page? Tapasya Marg. So Karma Marg is not working. Tapasya Marg will work. So Hiranyakashipu, Ravan, two examples are there. They did severe tapasya, so much severe that Brahmaji certified him. No one has ever done such a severe tapasya so far. Did it work? After 36,000 celestial years of tapasya, how long Hiranyakashipu ruled for? 36,000 celestial years of tapasya. Some say even 60,000, whatever the number was. 5 years he could rule, and that also not with shanti, not with peace. He was in so much anxiety. So if tapasya marg was very high, it's not going to work. Ravan didn't work. What's the 1, 2, 3, 4? Fifth picture. Who can explain? Someone else. The reason I'm discussing by this discussion, we may remember some more things. Manmohan Prabhu, you remember the fifth one, Prabhuji?
Manigriva and Nalukuvira.
It's Shukdev Goswami, Prabhuji.
Oh, Sukhdev Goswami. Sorry.
Shukdev Goswami. No, that's okay. No problem. It is a bit small picture.
Yeah.
Why is he here? You remember, Prabhu?
So he was the like Brahmavadi.
Yes.
So
Jnanamarg.
Jnanamarg. So
Yeah.
and then the next one is also four Kumaras are exactly
Absolutely.
the same.
Yes.
So that didn't work. I mean, once he
Yep.
came to know about the Lord, and they both converted into bhaktas.
Absolutely. So Gyan Marg is also does not give you full satisfaction. For a while, it can give you may feel some satisfaction. But we see the most famous example from Bhagavatam, Sanat Kumaras and Shukdev Goswami, they were not satisfied fully. Otherwise, why would they convert? Like if you are fully satisfied, why will you take the next step? So they changed. And the last one, who can explain that? Shraddha Mata?
Prabhu, is it I'm not sure Durvasa Rishi?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, absolutely right.
So
And
he's running away from the chakra, the Sudarshan
Yes.
chakra.
So why is he here in this page? That's my question.
because he insulted a devotee, and
Yes.
Krishna never accepts that.
This is Yoga Marga.
Like,
He was a yogi. Durvasa Muni was a yogi. Through the yoga, he was trying to kill Ambarish Maharaj. He had yogic powers. He's a big yogi. So yoga doesn't work, Gyan doesn't work, tapasya doesn't work, karma doesn't work. So this is what this page is displaying. No confidence in other paths. These are the 4 paths, right? There's no other 5th path. There's a 4 paths, nothing works. And we have taken like practically the top examples here. So you should only have confidence in one path, which is bhakti, service to the Supreme Lord. Confidence only in bhakti. So quickly speaking.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, what is the first one, Prabhu? The second one? It's a Karma Kanda Marg.
Karma. Both are Karma Kanda. One is completely on the like worldly external level. One is on this little higher level. Because some people don't even believe in demigods. Some people do. They say, no, I will adjust everything, just materially speaking. Some people go to demigod. And sometimes, as I said, it may work, but only shifting for a while. That's all. At the max, not getting rid of your suitcase of karma. Your suitcase of karma, you have to carry, no matter what. An example given in Srimad Bhagavatam is, even if there are 10 million cows, the calf finds her mother, isn't it? The calf will come exactly to the mother. Who's the calf here? Our karmic reaction. No matter where you hide, in Swarg Loka, in Atal, Sutal, Patal, wherever you hide, your karma will find you. That's of sure. Prakriti is very strong, very accurate. Prakriti is absolutely accurate. Sometimes we struggle understanding this, but Prakriti is very, very accurate. Prakriti does not minimize or, overdo or underdo. It's just a matter of time. Whatever the time lag is, Duryodhan, Ravan, Hiranyakashipu, everyone will get aligned. Everyone get aligned. So better we be on the Pandava's side. Okay. This page is quite clear. So first example is of a sparrow. We already discussed. Second example of Dhruv Maharaj. We already discussed that as well. Third example is the Gwalbaz with Aghasur. They had full confidence in Krishna. Some boys said, oh, it looks like a snake. He said, so what? It's a snake? No problem. Krishna is there. So there's this very good example of having this full faith in Krishna. And then we spoke about Haridas Thakur. And he said, even if you divide my body into thousands of pieces, I will not stop chanting Hare Krishna. He had so much faith. Okay. Dhairyat. So Dhairyat, Prabhupada said, one should not be impatient in discharging devotional service. I think we, for example, some Prabhupada disciples came to Prabhupada, they said, it's been 6 months, full 6 months, I've been chanting Hare Krishna. I haven't had darshan of Krishna as yet. Prabhupada said, go back, continue chanting Hare Krishna. And Prabhupada also gives the example of that lady who is newly married, can expect a child. It will take some time. Should take instruction from the spiritual master and execute them with patience, depending on the mercy of Guru and Krishna. And we gave example of Prabhupada himself, how much struggle he went through before he could establish what we see him as today. It didn't come in one night. Prabhupada struggled practically whole life to do what he could do eventually. And Shabri Mata, a very great example of Dhairya. She had full faith in the instruction of Matanga Rishi. In Matanga Rishi, my Guru Maharaj has said, Krishna or Ram will come. There is no doubt in that. Many times we don't have that dhairya in the instruction of our spiritual master. So we should develop. Okay, tat tat karma pravartanat. Tat tat means those activities which will help enhance our devotional faith in Krishna. And then we saw a couple of examples there. Okay, let's move forward. Sangha Tyagat. Now, this is where we start today's discussion. The Sangha Tyagat. What does Sangha mean? Sangha means association. Tyag means to give up. What does Sangha here refers to? Sangha obviously refers to those people who are worldly minded. Now, there's a similar word which we have discussed in verse 2 as well. Anyone remembers that? Similar word in verse 2. Who remembers verse 2?
Sangha was there. Sangha Tyagat. Sorry, Sangha.
That is in verse 3. Jana
Janasangha.
Sangha. Thank you. So Jana Sangha refers to people who are worldly minded people. Here Sangha Tyagat. Now they are almost same. What we have learned in the second verse as a negative, and we are saying 6 things as positive. So actually, if you technically analyze this verse, there are 5 things which are positive, 1 thing is still negative. And he's saying, do not do this. So in verse 2, Rupa Goswami already said, do not do this. Verse 3, again, he's saying amongst 5 positive, he's saying 1, do not do it. So let's read this. Sangha Tyagat. So Sangha Tyagat refers to abandoning the association of non-devotees. Prabhupada writes, in order to be successful in devotional service, one must give up the association of undesirable people like karmis, jnanis, yogis, and other non-devotees. Just give me 1 sec. So there was some voice coming through. Okay, so Sangha Tyagat, abandoning the association of non-devotees. Now, it can be defined, the Sangha can be defined in 3 parts, you can say. One is the very favorable association, which is, you can say, devotional association. One can be neutral, you don't get discouraged or encouraged, and one can be anti-devotional. So these 3 associations we have to recognize and then act accordingly. Now, if you look at this association, which as per Prabhupada, non-devotee associations, so jnanis are non-devotees, and men to women, or women to men, they're both same things. So Prabhupada said, Asat Sangha Tyag Ei Vaishnavachar. If we want to become Vaishnava, the first thing we have to give up, Asat Sangha Tyag. What does Asat mean? Sat means permanent, Asat means non-permanent. If we are after those things which are non-permanent, we have to give up if we want to achieve the permanent. Swami Bhagavan Keshav Maharaj was saying, in this material world, most of the people do not try to achieve the ultimate goal of life. Most of the people. So because most of the people does not try to even achieve the ultimate goal of life, and if you are trying to achieve that goal, you should be ready to do those which most people don't do. You understand? Because your goal is very, very rare. Because most people do not try at all for the ultimate goal of life. But if you're trying for the ultimate goal of life, what you have to do? You have to be ready to do those which most people don't. So most people are, just having their family life, earning money, having nice facilities in their house. You should be ready to give them all up if you want to really achieve the ultimate goal of life. Otherwise, it's not a joke. It's a very serious business. If you want to become serious devotee and go back to Godhead in this lifetime, it's a very, very serious business. It's not a joke. Prabhupada said Krishna is not loitering in the streets of Vrindavan. That is a statement made in Vrindavan, because devotees are having some sweets in a sweetmeat shop. So achieving Krishna in one lifetime or in couple of lifetimes is not a joke. It's not a joke. So we have to give up these non-devotee association and women or other gender association if we want to improve. Another meaning can be you have to leave the association with our attachments. So you can say, okay, I don't associate with non-devotees, but you still have attachments. Now attachments can again be further subdivided into two pieces. Attachment for the assets. Assets means the possessions which we have. Attachment for the prejudice. What does prejudice mean? Prejudice means we have certain mentality for certain group of people. For example, okay, I am Indian, he's Indian, so I should favor Indian. Now usually it doesn't happen. It happens other way. If I'm Indian, he is Indian, so I must overrule him. Anyway, I'm South Indian, I'm North Indian, I'm from Kanpur, huh? I'm from America. I'm white. He's white, so I should support him. I'm from the same nation. I'm from the same community. I'm Marwadi community. I'm South Indian community. Whatever it may be, they are called attachment to the prejudice. We have to quit both. Unless we are ready to quit both of them, we are not be able to advance in devotion life. This example comes from Srimad Bhagavatam. This is Bhaumasur. Bhaumasur was the son of, anyone remembers? His name is Bhaumasur.
Krishna and
Bhudevi.
Which form of Krishna, Mataji?
Varagadev.
Varahadev. So that's very important. So he is the son of, literally son of Bhudevi and Varahadev. When Varahadev was lifting Mother Earth, that time Bhaumasur was born. Now he's the son of Krishna, son of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But with the bad association of Jarasandha and Shishupal, he became Asura. And Krishna personally had to kill him. Because he became such an Asura. By what? Because he did not do Sangatyagat. He was told by some people that please quit these people association. He did not quit, and eventually he ended up being what he did. Dvivid Gorilla, I think we discussed about him. He had served Lord Ram in Treta Yuga, but in Dwapar Yuga, Balramji had to personally kill him. They are great devotees. He's a son of the Lord. Dvida is a great devotee. He was like as good as Hanuman. He has served Lord Ram. He has seen Lord Ram, interacted with Lord Ram. Later on, again with the bad association, he became so bad that Balramji had to kill him. Who's this in the picture? Everyone knows him. Maharaj Pratap Rudra. Now, Pratap Rudra, just do a short story here, was trying to have a darshan of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu kept denying him on the basis of he's a king and I don't want to meet with the king. King, generally speaking, they're worldly minded people, they're politicians, and if a sannyasi meets a king, my name will be bad. So although no one can contaminate Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but he's setting a right example. When Pratap Rudra heard that, what was his reaction? He said, in a nutshell, I'm saying it's a long story, if my kingliness is coming in between me and Mahaprabhu, to hell with my kingliness. I will give up my kingliness. Even up to said, I will even give up my own life. So he quit his attachments for his assets. Although he was a king, but he quit his attachment to his assets so that he can have the Sangha of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And unless he did that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not meet with him. In this picture, you can see he just wore a dress of a simple sweeper, and he was chanting Gopi Geet prayers while he's massaging the feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, externally speaking, like, who's this person? Please keep singing. Please keep singing. And then he kept singing Gopi Geet. And eventually Mahaprabhu embraced him and he became so happy. And then later on, he realized, oh, you are King Pratap Rudra, but I'm very happy with you. Very happy with you. So unless we quit these attachments, we are not going to please Krishna. We're not going to please Krishna. And again, it's not an overnight process that you switch off your attachments, which will take some time. But Prabhupada said, if you follow the instruction of spiritual master faithfully and with patience, with Utsaha, then slowly your Krishna consciousness will develop and you will be able to quit all the attachments. Also, Prabhupada said you should hear a lot of Krishna Katha. A lot of Krishna Katha hearing helps us to quit our attachments. So a lot of hearing is needed if you want to quit our attachments. Okay, so that was the Sangha Tyagat. Sixth one, the last one in verse 3, Sato Vratte. What does Sata mean? Again, Sato means sadhu, Sat means also means sadhu, or Sat means permanent. So here, Sato Vratte, the Vritti which is being adopted by the Sat people, by the devotees who have set up this example in the past. So we can see some pictures here. Sri Narad Muni, Vyasadev, 6 Goswamis, Panchatattva, including Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and all the Acharya Parampara. For us, they are our role models. Whatever examples they have set, yad yad achrati shesha tat tat eve tarojana. So whatever examples they have set, the path they have set, if we faithfully follow that path, our bhakti will definitely be prasiddhyati, will definitely increase. I'll read Prabhupada line here. Following the footsteps of the previous acharyas, this counteracts unsteadiness and lack of sense control. So if we are struggling with lack of sense control, then what we should do, just follow blindly, literally sometimes blindly, the path which has been set by our acharyas. Prabhupada says we require everyone to rise early in the morning by 4 a.m. and attend Mangala Aarti. I think once Prabhupada was asked when we cannot attend the Mangala Aarti, and Prabhupada said, anyone remembers that? When you are dead.
When you did.
Prabhupada said, when you are dead. Mahasa Prabhu, you have something to add there? I saw your hand. Okay, no problem. Read Srimad Bhagavatam, perform Kirtan, and so forth. Thus, we hold continuous activities in devotional service 24 hours daily. Today, after Mangala Aarti, we read Namamrita. So in that Namamrita, one devotee was reading a paragraph, and Prabhupada said, we should chant, literally written in the book, we should chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra 24 hours a day. Prabhupada said that this morning. I'm like, wow, perfect message for Ekadashi. You should chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra 24 hours a day. So many times we say, ISKCON devotees only 16 mala. No, that's not 16 mala. It's minimum 16. No matter what happens in your life, 16 you have to do. But Prabhupada said clearly, you have to chant Satatam Kirtayanto Mam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also said, unless you chant 1 lakh name of mine, which is Krishna's name, I will not accept even a drop of water from you. 1 lakh name means 64 mala, which equals to 100,000 names of Krishna. But because Prabhupada said 27,000 will do, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, okay, because Prabhupada has promised, so usme bhi kaam chal jayega. Okay, this is called Sato Vratte, or following the footsteps of the previous acharyas who expertly filled every moment of time with Krishna conscious activity. As we were discussing earlier, ahetuki apratihata. Many times we are in the direction at least of ahetuki, but we are not doing apratihata. And Guru Maharaj said you have to do apratihata bhakti, means continuous bhakti. The problem with us, most of us, is we do some bhakti and then some non-bhakti, some bhakti and some non-bhakti. And Sankarshan Maharaj said, doing non-bhakti is like you have little fire and then you pour water on it. You have little fire of bhakti, then you pour water on it. That's why the Tivra Agni is not coming. And because of the Tivra Agni is not coming, we're not able to experience the bliss of Krishna consciousness at this stage. When the Tivra Agni will come, then we will experience so much. Someone was saying in a class, initially when we start Krishna conscious activities, it's like pushing. No, devotees are pushing us. Please come for Rath Yatra, please come for Mangala Aarti, please come for this festival, can you please do some seva, this and that. Everyone is pushing. But when we are properly situated in Nishtha, it's about pulling. Krishna pulls us towards him. Krishna pulls us. But till we reach to that stage, the struggle is a lot. It's like an uphill. But we have to, once we go to that uphill till Nishtha, from there onwards, actually, journey is very straightforward. It's very sweet, very sweet. But most of us, we struggle in that uphill journey and we become tired. And sometimes we leave our dharya, or sometimes even utsaha we leave. And then we saw bhakti is impossible. Realistically speaking, Chaitanya Prabhu also said that this is the, relatively speaking, this is the easiest path. This is not easy path. Relatively, this is the easiest path. That also we find it difficult because of that one thing. Apratihata bhakti, broken bhakti. We are doing broken bhakti. We should do unbroken bhakti. Hanumat Prashat Maharaj, one of very senior Prabhupada disciple, a Bhakti Shastri teacher, I was reading his comment, and he said in the Satovratte, Maharaj said, the fifth regulative principle is everyone must attend full morning program. So there are four regulative principles given by Prabhupada, obviously. And the fifth one, Maharaj said, you should be getting up for Mangala Aarti every day, and attend full morning program if you want to become a serious devotee. Prabhupada said, a serious devotee will attend the full morning program every day. If you're not attending, Prabhupada said, you're not serious. So now we can just meditate on these Prabhupada lines, and I'm also meditating. The first one. Okay, Akhand Prabhuji or Mataji, if you want to add something.
Prabhu, this point about attachment for prejudices, you said.
Yes.
So prejudice meaning is to have a bias without any
Attitude.
evidence.
Yeah. Bias attitude. Yeah.
Bias attitude. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you mentioned about, attachment to family being, North Indian, South Indian or something. How is that related to the bias?
We become biased, Mataji, because you're my cousin's sister. So if I'm a MP or MLA, I'll make you some minister as well. Isn't it? It happens, and you go to Bihar, for example, all the Yadavs will be ruling. Not that I'm against Yadavs or anything. Yadav is from Yadukul. Very great. I'm saying one example. People use their influence many times for bad purpose. One family member become minister, the whole family relatives, they take, goose from everyone and they make everyone on a big, they give big contracts. That's called prejudice. That's called prejudice.
Okay.
And many times, if you see, I can't say for North Indian or South Indians, they have very much unity, and that's good. That's good. Very much in Chinese, they speak in Chinese, but in Hindustani, they speak in English. We don't disrespect our language, actually. I'm just saying, this is one example. I'm not saying who's right and wrong here, but prejudice happens. Japanese will be attracted to Japanese only, not to Indian, and Indian will get attracted to many times foreign bodies. Anyway, work both ways, good and bad. Okay, is that okay, Mataji? Yeah, okay. So Satovritte is very, very important. And if we follow our acharyas faithfully, our bhakti graph will go high very fast, because we can't intellectually assess everything. We can't. Our intellect is very, very low. So Satovritte, whatever has been established by our role models, our six Goswamis, our parampara, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that's it. Sometimes people say Hare Ram comes in Hare Krishna mantra. So one of the answers, there are many answers to that. One of the answers is, which I heard in a class by someone, he says, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chanted Hare Krishna first, so we chant Hare Krishna first. What is written in the book is none of the concern, actually. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are following Chaitanya Mahaprabhu movement, right? So we have faith in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Our leader is doing something. So we'll follow it. No problem. Someone was asking, why do we have these bead bags? So Sankarshan Maharaj said, I was listening to his class, he said, I don't know. Maharaj said that. I don't know, but there must be a verse in somewhere in Shastra. Why I am doing it? Because Prabhupada did it. He said, Prabhupada did it. I have faith in Prabhupada. Now, I don't know the verse. He said, I don't know which verse says I have to have a bead and put this finger out, that finger in. He said, but because my spiritual master did it, I have full faith in my spiritual master, so I do it. Khatam. That's so nice answer. You don't have to look for verse and in Hari Bhakti Vilas and this and that. He said, my spiritual master did it. It must be good. Hare Krishna. Many things we can't intellectually analyze, and we don't have to analyze. Sometimes devotees are looking for answer for everything. Bhakti Charu Maharaj said, if there is a question, there is an answer. Maharaj said that. And Maharaj said, we may not know, but there is an answer. But how much you can know? And why do we need to know? Prabhupada said, my books are enough to take you back to Godhead. Now, Prabhupada give everything? No, but Prabhupada give everything what is required for you to go back, isn't it? And that's good enough. No one knows everything. So Prabhupada gave everything, whatever is needed for us to go back to Godhead. And that's sweet. That's very, very sweet. So sato vritte for us is very, very important. When we have faith in Acharya, our faith in the process increases. Okay, so this is the verse 3. Anyone has any quick questions or comments before we go to verse 4? Okay, everyone seems happy. So, okay, last line. Shadabhir Bhaktir Prasiddhati. And the result will be you will be able to see Krishna, talk to Krishna, embrace Krishna face to face. As Prabhupada said, as I'm speaking with Krishna, you can also speak with Krishna face to face. So, this is very sweet 6 characteristics. Okay, verse 4. Dadati pratigrahnati guhyam akhyati prakshati bhungte bhojyate chaiva shadvidham priti lakshanam. Offering gifts in charity, accepting charitable gifts, revealing one's mind in confidence, inquiring confidentially, accepting prasad and offering prasad are the 6 symptoms of love shared by one devotee and another. It's a very famous verse and very nice verse. So before we start the verse, let's attach this verse in the series of NOI verses. So first verse was, anyone remembers what was the first verse representing? Anyone? Nam Avatar Prabhu has been keeping silence. Just one line if I have to ask you about verse 1. What does verse 1 represent?
Controlling the
Urges.
Controlling the urges so that you can become a Madhyamadikari. So they are the characteristics of Madhyamadikari. What will verse 2 represent? One line. Madhuri Mataji. Simple.
What one must not do to achieve the objectives
verse
of verse 1.
Thank you, Prabhuji. And
Use
Madhuri
that
Mata, verse 3?
Verse 3, we just have
Yeah. What we should do. As Navata Prabhu said, what we should not do, what we should do. And as Navata Prabhu said, to achieve our goal, which is verse 1 at this stage. Right?
Yeah.
Now, in verse 2 and 3, what's the common point? 2 and 3, there's one common thread. I know, don't use. Yes, Vijay Gopi. Janasanga and Asata Sanga Tyag. Sanga Tyagat. Okay, Sanga Tyagat and Jansanga. So basically what Rupa Goswami, author of this book, is saying, we should not associate with worldly minded people. But now you may say, okay, I'm a human being, I'm a social animal, I need some association, right? So now you have explained me which association I should not take. Now Rupa Goswami is saying which association you should take first, and how you should interact in that association. So is that okay? In the series 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now they are 2, 3, and 4 are the external behaviors of a person who's trying to achieve verse 1, which is to become a Madhyamadikari. If that makes sense, verse 1, 2, 3, and 4, if you have to pack together, you can say the association which should be quit, should be abandoned, is described in verse 2 and 3. And now verse 4 and 5 will describe which association we should take and how. Which makes sense because we need association. Without association, we'll die. Bharat Maharaj is a very good example for all of us from Srimad Bhagavatam. He did not have a proper association. He was at Bhava stage. From that stage also externally, he fell down. So association is very, very important. Now, the question is, where is that proper association? How to take the association? Now, verse 4 represent how to take the association more, and verse 5 will represent which association we should prefer. So basically verse 5 will talk about Kanishtadhikari, Madhyamadhikari, and Uttamadhikari, which we'll read after verse 4. And this verse 4 is talking general devotee association. We're not distinguishing between who's a higher devotee, who's a lower devotee, just a general 6 points of exchange between devotees. And Prabhupada said, these 6 points are not only applicable in devotional realm, they're also applicable in outside world. If you take these 6 points, they can be helpful in even material advancement. And Prabhupada, the example of a businessman or a political scenario, when one country head visits another country head, they also have these 6 exchanges. So these 6 exchanges are universal. They're not only for devotees, but if we apply those 6 universal principles within devotee association, Shadbhir Bhaktir Prasiddhati, or bhakti will increase. So let's see what these 6 principles are. Before we get inside these 6 principles, I always like to set up context here. So Prabhupada said this example of a businessman. This is the purport of Prabhupada. So Prabhupada said when two businessmen meet, they also do these 6 exchanges. And what these 6 exchanges are, if you go back, dadati pratigarhanati. So dadati means dena, to give. Pratigarhanat means to accept. Guhyam akhyati prakshati. So guhyam refers to confidentiality. Akhyati refers to explaining, to talk, to speak confidentially. Prachati. Prachati means prashna karna, to ask questions. So in confidence, you explain your mind and you listen others' mind. In confidence. We'll talk about it. Bhungte bhojyate. Bhungte means to receive some prasadam from other devotees, and bhojyate to invite other devotees and offer them some prasadam. So eat and offer someone for some food, you can say, or a feast, you can say. Accept some gifts in love, and you give some gifts in love, and you open up your mind and listen others' mind. So these are the 6 principles. If we apply even in material life, Prabhupada said that businessmen will be very successful. They invite other businessmen on a dinner table. They eat something, they drink something, and then they talk in confidence. How we can grow our business, how we can help each other. And while they are seeing off each other, they may exchange some gifts as well. Same, a political head come from one country to another country, they offer or invite a big feast. And on the feast, they will talk about what are the problems in my country, what are the problems in your country, how we can come together to resolve those issues. And they exchange some gifts. I heard in a lecture somewhere, Narendra Modi gave Bhagavad Gita as a gift to many leaders of the world. Because Narendra Modi said, I heard this in a clip somewhere. He said in Hindi, I'll say in Hindi, he said, मेरे पास इससे अच्छा गिफ्ट देने के लिए नहीं है और उनके पास इससे अच्छा गिफ्ट लेने के लिए नहीं है. I don't have a better gift to offer them. They don't have a better gift to receive other than Bhagavad Gita. And he is distributing Prabhupada Bhagavad Gita. So nice. And so many countries, Narendra Modi ji has distributed Bhagavad Gita. Look at his thinking. So he's exchanging gifts, which is a principle, but exchanging Bhagavad Gita. So nice. Okay. This is a famous incident I heard from Bhurijan Prabhu. You may have heard from Amarendra Prabhu as well. I think I've heard from both. In Gurukul, there were some students which were caught because they went to watch a movie. So this Gurukuli teacher said to this particular person, Prabhu, why did you go to movie? We just said, you should not go to the movie. He said, but my dear spiritual master, my dear teacher at least, he said, but I went in devotee association. So I went to the movie, that's correct. I'm not lying it, but I went in devotee association. So that's not called a devotee association. Devotee association means, anyone can explain devotee association in one line? In one line. There can be whole seminar on it, whole class on it. One line. Mohit Prabhu, I can see Mohit Prabhu.
We can talk in here about Krishna.
Talking about Krishna and clarifying your doubt about Krishna. So if you have a doubt, you sit with, Chaitanya Prabhu, for example, you're clarifying your doubts. That is called devotee association. Going to a beach or shopping or movie, even with the so-called devotee, to initiate devotee, that's not devotee association. We should be very clear on that. And many times, I don't want to give examples, live examples I hear sometime on birthday, how devotees, so-called devotees, celebrate their birthdays. It should be pure Krishna conscious celebration, because that will help us. Anything else? Okay, aaj birthday hai, so aaj no, so that's not devotee. So just don't label it. If you are doing something, that's fine. That's totally up to you what you do. That's your life. But the point is, don't label as devotee association. That's bad. So if you want to go out to movie or whatever, that's fine. That's totally up to you. Don't label it. Because then when we start justifying these undesirable things under the umbrella of Krishna consciousness, then the probability of us going astray is very, very high. Very, very high. So say, this is right, this is wrong, I'm not doing the right thing. Accept it, even in your mind, and try to come out of that. Take help if necessary. But don't label it, because many times devotees label it. That's fine, that's fine. No, that's not fine. Not fine. I'm sure when your spiritual master will know, he will not say it as fine. Now, everyone has their own anarthas and their own struggles. That's not a problem here. We're not discussing that. But don't label it. Don't justify it, because Keshav Maharaj, I'm just remembering one of his line. He said, "You can fake it till you make it." You can fake it that you are a devotee. No, we are not. I'm not. So you can fake it, but while you are faking, don't think you have made it. While you are faking, don't think you have made it. Because if you think, yes, I have become a devotee, then that's it. That's it. The car will just stop there. So while faking, we have to make sure, actually, I'm not a devotee. I'm trying to be a devotee. A lot of struggle, not a lot of cleanup I have to do. And beg for the mercy with real humility, real honesty. Krishna, I'm not there. I'm just not there. Please help me. And then Krishna will help you. When you say, oh, Krishna, yes, I met person. And he said, I'm a pure devotee. I'm like, okay, thank you. And he really meant it. He really meant it. And my views were very opposite in my little understanding. Okay, so this is not a devotee association. Burijan Prabhu said this is not called devotee association. Devotee association means you can say example of this picture. This is called devotee association. Devotees are sitting with Prabhupada. They're talking about Krishna. They're revealing their mind with Prabhupada. They're seeking some guidance from Prabhupada, talking about philosophy or their day-to-day life. Prabhupada used to ask, how's your son, how's your daughter, how's your health? So Prabhupada did talk about your material life as well, but it was in full perspective of Krishna consciousness. It's not wrong to talk with your spiritual master or with your guide. I'm struggling with something. That's not wrong. But we have to just clearly understand what we are doing. Okay. Now, one more thing, Chaitanya Charitamrita, as we know, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us 5 Panch Mahasadhan, 5 great sadhan to increase your bhakti. So they are hearing, chanting, worshipping, association, and living in Dham or Vrindavan, Mathuravas. That's the exact words. But out of these 5, which is the most recommended one, is association. So if you are associating with devotees, all 4 will follow, isn't it? If you're associating with nice devotees, then you will start hearing, then you will start chanting, then you start deity worship, then you start living in Dham or make your home as good as Dham. So out of these 5, if you have proper good association, then everything else will follow. But if you don't have good association, even if you are hearing, chanting, worshipping, and living in Dham, like Kekai, for example, right? What happened to Kekai? She loved Lord Ram like anything. But because of the bad association, she fell down. Ajamil fell down. Bharat Maharaj fell down. They're just obviously examples for us, and later on they picked up. But for us, the point is good association, sincere association. Prabhupada said, if you want to become drunkard, you hang out with drunkard. If you want to become a smoker, you hang out with the people who smoke. And if you want to become devotee, whom should you hang out with? Devotees. And here devotee means sincere devotee, not just a casual devotee. There's no time for this casual association. So if you want to really become a sincere devotee, Prabhupada once was asked by one of his disciples, if I'm not wrong, in London, he only met Prabhupada. I think he got initiation by letter, and he really wanted to see Prabhupada. Prabhupada came only for one night in this particular temple, and then he had no opportunity because there were so many other devotees there. So he really wanted to ask one question to Prabhupada. So he asked the temple president, can I close the door of Prabhupada when he's sitting in the car? So temple president allowed him to do that seva. What was the seva? Just to close the door of Prabhupada when he sits in the car. And while he was closing the door, that time he asked a question to Prabhupada, how can I become a devotee? How can I become a good devotee? So Prabhupada gave one word answer to this person. One word answer. Anyone knows what that one word was? Mohit Prabhu said something?
Desire.
Desire. Desire. Such a nice word. He did not say chant more, read Bhagavatam more, or give classes, learn verses, do Bhakti Shastri. All that is nice. If you desire to become a devotee, you will become a devotee. So sometimes it's lack of our desire which is stopping us. Chaitanya Prabhu said, in our spiritual journey, we may have some problems outside, some problem with our health and all that's fine, but you say the most inimical attitude which someone shows in our spiritual life is by ourselves. We are our best enemy. We are our best enemy if you're not following the things nicely. and become our best friend. So better we become our friends. And our friends means in a very short span of life, we can try to become a good devotee, and that will come by good association. Okay, let's go to this 6 principles. I'll take 2 at a time because they both go together. Dadati pratigaranati. So dadati, as we said, is offering gifts and accepting gifts. This is a very common principle. Not only devotees, I said, also outside people follow. But what we will discuss today in this class is mostly amongst devotees, these 6 principles. But as I said, they can be applied outside of devotional realm as well. So now within devotee circle also, this dadati pratigaranati is very common. Out of love, devotees sometimes go to dham and they can buy you a nice picture of Krishna or some sort of gift. And also you want to reciprocate with those devotees. So when we exchange the gifts, what happens? Our relationship improves, isn't it? It always happens. And again, it's out of love. There's no transaction here, obviously, between devotees. Out of love. But when we exchange the gifts, it says there are 2 parts in that. One is the content of the gift, which we all see, and one is the intent of the gift. Content means what we are exchanging. Say a photo of Krishna, for example, nice Radha Shyam Sundar photo, for example, or this can be anything else. That's the content of the gift. And one is the intent of the gift. Intent means why I am giving you this gift. Now, the intention matters more or the content matter more? People are confused. Huh? Intention, right? We all agree with that. We don't have to discuss about that. The intention of the person. Now, if the intention is good, even Krishna says the gift itself can be as simple as 926 patram pushpam phalam toyam, isn't it? Then you can offer me a leaf, a little bit water, a fruit, a flower. Krishna says, I will accept. But how I will accept? Anyone remembers the full verse? Patram pushpam phalam toyam. That's the content of the gift, right? But what's the intent here? Next one.
Bhakti.
Yome bhaktya prekshati. Yome bhaktya. Third line is
Tadaham bhakti ruporitam.
upaharatam. Upaharatam means upahar. Upahar in Hindi they call it upahar, or in Sanskrit they call it upahar. Upahar means gift. So if someone offers me a upahar, a gift of content, patram pushpam phalam toyam. Very, very simple. Very, very simple thing. But the intent is yome bhaktya prekshati. And the last line it says
Asnami pujatatmanaha.
Ashnami. Ashnami means I accept. Pratatmana means prayas karke. Prayas karke means he has really put his effort to make that gift happen for Krishna. Example, it can be Sudama. Now, Sudama was not a very rich person. He was very, very poor. But when he went to visit Krishna, what did he bring? Some poha or chuda, chipped rice, they call it. Some poha, which also he borrowed from someone else. Was Krishna happy with his gift offering? He was supremely happy. He says, just by offering that one mutti chuda by Sudama to Krishna, Krishna gave all the 3 worlds to him. All the 3 worlds to him. Because his intention was so nice. So intention of the gift matters much more than the content. Nowadays, in the modern world, what people look at? Intention or content? Only content. Only $2 का गिफ्ट लेके आए हो. इतने ही चाहते हैं आप हमको. This much you love me that you only buy, this $2 gift for me. People have no idea about this depth of the bhakti or depth of the relationship even. They're just looking for content. And that's why the world is becoming out of relationship. Because content matter more than intention. But in devotional realm, safely, Krishna appreciates our intention much more than content. And the content can be very, very simple. But the intention is love. If you take an example of a mother or a child, a mother has full intention of loving the child. But mother does not say, child, I love you, but you eat dry bread and I'll have a wonderful Sunday feast prasadam. Will any mother say that? So when the intention is good, what will be the content of that gift? As best as possible. For Sudama, the best possible was that chipped rice. But if you are a millionaire and you still offer that old chipped rice to Krishna, In India, I'm from North, so they offer ilaichi dana to Krishna in a small bowl. They offer 5 or 10 ilaichi dana every day. That's nice. Every day they offer ilaichi dana, ilaichi dana, ilaichi dana. In the house, there'll be palak paneer and paneer makhani and all that, rajma rice. But they just don't have that culture of offering the full plate to Krishna. And even if they offer, they have a smallest katori, a smallest glass, a smallest plate for Krishna. Because and one is a cultural issue as well. It's not I'm saying people just don't think that way. It's not their fault. Anyway, so the point is Dadati Pranati Granati, the content and the intent both are there. Intent is much more important than the content, but when the intent is there, intention of love, say a mother to a child, she will present the best prasadam for the kid, isn't it? Whatever best possible for her. It can be a dry chapati, it can be a wonderful big feast. Similarly, when we love Krishna, what should we offer to Krishna? What should be the content of our love to Krishna? Some broken flowers, 5 days old, or some some stale food to offer to go on the altar. No. So we offer best things to Krishna, and then best thing, not only I'm talking the external thing, that can be the best time of our life as well. We offer the best time, not जब बूढ़े हो जाएंगे तब भक्ति करेंगे. When I grow 60 plus, then I'll do bhakti. No, you will never do bhakti. So you offer best time when you are young. You offer fresh flowers to Krishna, offer fresh body to Krishna. And when you're offering fresh body to Krishna, your youth should be offered, given to Krishna. Youth mein to enjoy. Amoglila Prabhu gave a class. I don't remember fully, but he said, Bhakti to budhape ka kaam hai. That's, I think, the title of the class. Bhakti to budhape ka kaam hai. Prabhuji very wonderfully explained. Now, bhakti is that should be performed, should be done when our body is young. And when our body is young on a daily basis, when should we perform bhakti? At the best time of the day. And what's the best time of the day? 10 p.m. in the night. When we have finished all the household work, then you start chanting Hare Krishna. And Guru Maharaj said, if you're chanting japa at 10 o'clock, don't sit. Because if you sit, you know what happens. You will fall asleep. So within the day as well, you give the best time. And the best time, even materially, scientifically, morning hours are the best hours. So if you try to offer the best part of our life, best part of the day, best things for Krishna, not the last things. Some people gave land to ISKCON in India, and devotees went there. They did some kirtan. In the night, they had some issues. Like there was some bhoot pishach, some ghost or some other elements like that. So devotee complained to the owner of the land, and they said, there is some problem in the land. And he said, that's why I gave it to ISKCON. So when you guys will come, bhoot pret will go away. So that sort of land they give to ISKCON, and they claim themselves to be a big donor. When ambassador is of no use, it has done 300,000 kilometers, then give it to ISKCON. They will use as a Sankirtan van. So that car which is just gone, dhakka deke bhi nahi chalegi. Even if you push the car will not start. That sort of car you want to give to Krishna. That land which you cannot use, give it to Lord. That thing which you cannot use, give it to Krishna. And yes, I have given charity. Yes, that's nice, but is that what you give to your son or your daughter or to your family members? No, family members, I give the best cloth. For Krishna, I buy that 10 rupee, the cheapest cloth for Krishna. So our intention and content goes together, goes hand in hand. If the intention is best, content should also be the best. Now, what that best will be for one person and what the best will be for another, that will vary. And that's fine. For Sudama, the best was chipped rice. For us, that may not be the case because Krishna has given us so much. So we should offer Krishna the best what we have. Okay. Now, Sudama example we covered. This example I really like. Anyone can explain this? This fruit seller in Vrindavan? Yes, Vijay Gopi Mata.
Yeah, this is like a fruit seller will come and give fruits to Nanda Baba and Yashoda Mata, and they used to give like equal amount of grains to her as a for getting the fruits. So Krishna saw this and then he went inside and then he was trying to carry grains in his hand. But because of his small hands, the grain normally just fall on the ground. When he comes and gives the fruit seller, maybe there's 1 or 2 grains in his hand. And then the fruit seller was so happy to see Krishna and then his beauty. And then she tries to give as much as fruit she can give it to him. And he could not even hold that much fruit, but she was trying to give that much. But once he saw the basket, she could see everything has turned into valuable jewels and stones and everything. But she wasn't very happy to receive that, but she was happy to give the fruits to Krishna.
Yes. And then Bhakti Rasan Maharaj explains when she went to Jamuna, what did she do? She threw the whole basket of jewels in the Jamuna water because she didn't expect this. Anyway, the principle is Dadati Pratikarnati. Krishna and devotees are constantly doing it. One time, Prabhupada was with few of his disciples and they were complaining that many people who used to come to temple or some temple residents as well, they left the temple. So Prabhupada said, when we invite them to temple, there's also Dadati Pratikarnati, like they give something and we give something. Suppose brahmachari is going out and giving out books, for example, right? So they're giving something. And in appreciation, the people may give some money or some other facility or something like that. Life membership, Prabhupada said, like that. So give and take is everywhere. And Prabhupada said, those people who left, they did not have mentality of giving. They only had mentality of taking. What can I take? What can I take? Huh? Sometimes people come to temple and they complain. This is not good, that is not good, and this prasadam plate is not good, this sabji is not good, huh? So they have this mentality of taking. But Prabhupada said, when you go in front of Radha Gopinath, what should be your mentality? Anyone remember Prabhupada's statement? What are you doing for me? Radha Gopinath is like asking you, what are you doing for me? Now, this is called giving mentality. So when we go to temple or any special sangha, any devotee association like that, we should think, what can I give to this person? Again, the content can be very small, very simple. But if you have that mentality of giving, your association will be successful. If you have mentality of taking, आप हमारे घर आएंगे तो क्या क्या लाएंगे, हम आपके घर जाएंगे तो आप क्या क्या खिलाएंगे. विजय गोपी माता जी understand that. When I come to your house, what are you going to feed me? When you come to my house, what are you going to bring for me? Me. Huh? So, Dadati Pratigarnati, give and take. Give. It's not a transaction we are talking, obviously. It's with love. And that's a nice example of fruit seller. This picture is about Krishna's birth. When Krishna appeared in this material world, Gop Sakhas were bringing some gifts for Krishna. Gop Sakha, now what can you give to Supreme Personality of Godhead? But as per their capacity, they were expressing their love with the content. So the point is the content is also important, especially when you're giving some gifts to some devotees. You always think, isn't it? What this devotee will like. Is he a book reader? Is he like to have a bead bag or mala? Will he have some deity worship paraphernalia? You know, you always think. And then when you give appropriate gifts, the devotee is very happy. Very happy. So we should think about the content as well. Content like these devotees. Some devotees were bringing some makhan, some were bringing some ghee, someone bringing whatever they had in their house, they brought that. Same thing we read in Chaitanya Charitamrita. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, all the village people of Navadvip, they were bringing gifts for Sachi Mata. So this is a very nice principle, and if applied correctly, it deepens our relationship with devotees. Now, this is at one level. We saw an external level exchanging some things, which deepens, no doubt. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Chaitanya Charitamrita explained, what is the best thing we should give? Anyone knows this picture here? Yes, anyone?
It's a Jarikanda
forest.
Jarikanda forest. What Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is doing?
He's
He is chanting.
Sankirtan.
Yep. And then what happens?
And the animals
Animals started chanting as well. Now, usually we can't do that and we shouldn't try to do that. But the point is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, giving Krishna's holy name is the best dhan. Best dhan. So you can give some contents to some devotees, and you should give actually. You should give as per your capacity. But giving Krishna's holy name is the best thing. In Bhagavatam it says, Jnana dhan is the best dhan. If you really want to give dhan, so like Artha dhan is like giving some money to Krishna consciousness movement. That's very good. Grain dan, annadan. Annadan is also very nice. You offer some grains to devotees or to temple. Very nice. But Gyan dan is the best dan. Yeah? So preaching Krishna's holy name, Krishna's glories is the best dan you can give. And then you receive the best. Prabhupada once was giving a class. No person attended the class, the lecture of Prabhupada. Prabhupada. He invited people, but no one came. So Prabhupada that day, he spoke to the walls, it says, and he recorded the class. His own class he recorded. And later on, when people came, he played the same class. So the point is, Prabhupada was still trying to give. Prabhupada said one reason, which is coming from Haridas Thakur in Chaitanya Charitamrita. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Haridas Thakur, how will all these other living entities, other than human beings, will get liberated? So Haridas Thakur said to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu, please do not worry. When we chant the holy name loudly, all the living entities, including trees and plants and cockroaches and ants, everyone will get liberated. So one reason we should chant loudly is to liberate other living entities who cannot chant Hare Krishna. And obviously, we have to focus on that sound vibration ourselves as well. So, Dadati Pratigarhnati, exchanging Krishna consciousness is the best way of exchange. But other things are also good. Bhungte Bhojyate, this is a famous picture from Srimad Bhagavatam, where Krishna is having lunch with his friends in a jungle. So friends have got some dishes from their own houses. So Krishna very sweetly accepting all the offerings. And Krishna sometimes offer, sometimes they offer. So it's called Bhungte, I accept. And many times it's limited to bhungte, so we should not limit this principle to bhungte. Bhojyate. We should make an endeavor to invite devotees. One devotee was saying very lovingly, not as a rule. He was telling, every month I try to invite one family. I really liked it. He said one family. That's how much time he can afford. So he said, I try to invite one family once a month. I was very happy to hear the way he was saying. Just one family. That family may have one person or 2%. So, but he has this like, I have to serve them, I have to serve them, I have to serve them. So whatever our capacities may be in different ways, we should attempt in that direction. And it surely will deepen our Krishna consciousness. So bhunte, accept prasadam, and bhojyate, offer prasadam to other devotees. Okay, there's some examples from Chaitanya Charitamrita. We'll quickly see. So first one, anyone remembers this past time? Chaitanya Charitamrita people? Okay, I'll just quickly say, it's 8:38 now. Advaita Charya. So when they met in Shantipur after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas, anyway, long story short, so Advaita Charya invited Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu to his home. And he said, please stay for some days. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, okay, I'll stay. And he said, you must be hungry. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, just give me some boiled rice and unspiced veggies. It's written in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Ubli hui sabji or thoda sa bhat. And Advaita Acharya said, yeah, sure, Mahaprabhu, please come. We'll make something for you. And when they came home and he served, it was as big as like Jagannath Ji ka bhog. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw that. He said, oh my God, this much prasad. I cannot have it. I'm a sannyasi. I can't have all this. Then Advaita Acharya's response was, you in the form of Jagannath eat this type whole day. And now you're saying I can't have it. And he literally, with love, made Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu to eat every single thing. And it says in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there's a mountain big of rices, so it's not an exaggeration. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Jagannath Ji. So he, with love, made Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu to sit down and had all the prasadam accepted by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Next picture, we see Sarvam Bhattacharya. And his wife, very nicely, they invited Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri to accept prasadam. And you can see such a big plate of prasadam, if you can see. You can search this picture at krishna.com. And they served Chaitanya Mahaprabhu so nicely. And if you know, his son-in-law came and he wasn't very happy with this. So Sarvam Bhattacharya, if you can see in the picture, is having a danda in his hand. See this danda? So he was guarding the door. So his son-in-law doesn't come because he was blasphemous of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he made sure Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepts everything nicely with love and peace. Okay, I'll read this line. Actually, I love this. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu approved of all the methods employed in cooking and offering food to Krishna. Indeed, he was so pleased that he said, this is a statement which I like. Frankly, I will personally take the lotus feet of anyone who can offer Krishna such nice food and place those lotus feet on my head birth after birth. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave these blessings. So our dear Mohit Prabhuji is here and Mother Divya, she's not here today. And they're one of them, and there are many more devotees, they also offer, Chappan Bhog to Krishna and to many devotees when they visit. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's blessings is there. He's saying, I will personally take the lotus feet of anyone who can offer Krishna such nice food stuff. So we should be very enthusiastic when the occasion comes. You have the time, the capacity, should offer your best, whatever is possible for you. Because, Krishna is very much appreciative of that. Okay, that's Sarva Bhattacharya. Then this is the picture when Haridas Thakur left his body, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally went around to different shops and asking for alms because he's a sannyasi, he doesn't have any money. He's saying, for Haridas Thakur, please help me so that I can organize a wonderful feast of the departure journey of Haridas Thakur. And shopkeepers were so embarrassed. They knew, most of them knew he's a Supreme Personality of Godhead. They said, oh, you don't worry about it. Sarv Damodar came and he said to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you don't worry, I will arrange everything. But Mahaprabhu came on the street and asking alms for Haridas Thakur so that he can offer a wonderful feast to devotees. And later on, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was personally serving that feast to each and every devotee. But devotees were not taking prasad because they said Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has not taken. So they made Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sit down. Still Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was saying, oh, give this devotee to this dish, that devotee this dish, and he served him more puris, this and that, like that. So he was very, very enthusiastic about feeding devotees Mahaprasad. In last picture also, when he was staying at Gambhira for a long time, he would invite devotees and serve prasad in his personal supervision. So it is so important, this principle. And sometimes this is the only principle which touches our heart, isn't it? Philosophy, don't know too much. Chanting, don't know too much. Prasad, everyone knows. Huh? And he says something may work or not work, but prasad definitely works. Definitely works. So many people come to Krishna consciousness just with this prasad. I came. I'm still eating. That's the only thing I do. So prasad works. Prasad works. And Prabhupada said, when even your enemy comes, you give him nice prasadam, he will forget his animosity. Prabhupada said you should host him so nicely that he forgets that he is your enemy. And one of the best things is offer. You can win the heart of your enemy by offering him wonderful prasadam. And if someone is not listening philosophy, is not chanting Prabhupada said, you just give him prasad, prasad, prasad. And slowly he will be able to accept other principles as well. Okay, the last one, which is the most important one, Guhyam Akhyati Prakshati. Prabhupada says, revealing one's mind in confidence and inquiring confidentially. So it is both ways. Sometimes we have to take some guidance from a spiritual master or some senior member of Krishna consciousness, and we go and do some inquiry from them. Like here we see in this picture, when Vyasadeva was not very happy, he had written all the scriptures, but still his mind was not satisfied. Narad Muni, his Guru Maharaj, he appears on the scene. And Vyasadeva opens his heart. I have this problem. I have written all the scriptures, and I'm still not very satisfied. My heart is not stable. So Narad Muni says, I know the reason why your heart is not stable. So the first thing Vyasadeva is doing, in confidence, revealing his mind to his spiritual master. First thing he's doing. And then what Narad Muni is doing, he is also revealing his mind. What does Narad Muni do? This is 1.5, 1.6 from Bhagavatam. He tells his two past lives, isn't it? He tells, in my previous life, I was the son of a maid servant. This is how I went through. So he's also revealing his mind in confidence to his disciple so that my disciple gets inspired to do the best thing. So it works both ways. Many times we will reveal our mind to a friend, devotee, to a guide, to a mentor, to a spiritual master, will reveal our mind in confidence. But we should make sure whomever we are revealing our mind to is a devotee. If he's not a devotee, what will happen? Prabhupada said we should stay away from these non-devotees, especially revealing your mind, because they will guide you in a non-devotional way. A devotee will always guide you in a devotional way. And Keshav Maharaj also said, this devotee should be your well-wisher, should know you, should be your well-wisher, and the third thing, should be able to give you shelter. So these three qualities a person should have whom you are revealing your mind with. He should know you. He should be your well-wisher, and he should be able to give you shelter. Shelter means he should be higher in Krishna consciousness, because only the higher in Krishna consciousness can give you shelter. And lower in Krishna consciousness will say, Prabhu, aap itna to kar, you are doing so much, is still Krishna not helping you? There must be some problem in Krishna consciousness. Huh? So that's why you should never reveal your mind to non-devotees, a person who is not very sincere devotee. Many times it happens, even within our movement, devotees talk their heart to a wrong person. They get wrong advice, and the results are not so good. That's why Prabhupada said many times to his own disciples not to go and meet with local Babajis and to other Babajis in Vrindavan, so that because they may confuse you. And it happened to many disciples of Prabhupada. They left Prabhupada because they got distracted. So revealing one's mind in context. So let's take some examples and then we'll talk the subdivisions here. This picture, very famous picture from 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam 7.1. Yudhishthira Maharaj is inquiring from Narad Muni. So when Rajasuya Yajna was happening, some devotees said Rajasuya Yajna to keval bahana tha. It was just a made-up thing. The main thing Yudhishthira Maharaj wanted to do is Krishna Katha, wanted to glorify Krishna. It's just so true. So in that Katha, Bhagavad Katha, Narad Muni was the main speaker, Yudhishthira Maharaj was the main person, main Yajman, you can say, and Krishna was the main person who was glorified. So Yudhishthira Maharaj is constantly asking questions to Narad Muni, revealing his mind, all his doubts, and Narad Muni is clarifying. And within that clarification, the first instance Narad Muni gives is the story of Prahlad Maharaj and Hiranyakashipu. And then he has many chapters towards the end of 7th canto, the duties of Grihasthas, duties of Sannyasi, duties of Vanprasthi. There's a full chapter. I think 714, if I'm not wrong, 7th canto, 14th chapter is duties of Grihasthas told by Narad Muni to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Beautiful chapter. Everyone should read that chapter. Beautiful. So Yudhishthira Maharaj is inquiring with Narad Muni. Sanatana Goswami meeting Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Kashi. Rupa Goswami also met in Prayagraj to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and revealed their mind, whatever was their mind. It says Rupa Goswami met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only 3 times. Anyone remembers what are the 3 times Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Rupa Goswami met? So first one was in Ramkeli, very short meeting, maybe an hour or so, something like that, in the middle of the night. And the second meeting he did in Prayagraj for 10 days. Yes, Mohit Prabhuji?
Only when Vrindavan or Puri as well.
Sorry, Prabhu.
Either Vrindavan or Puri they met.
No, in Prayagraj, Vrindavan, he never met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It says in Vrindavan, Goswamis never met Chaitanya, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only visited Vrindavan once. And that time, no Goswamis were there. That was in the very beginning. While Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was returning on the way back to Puri, Rupa and Sanatan was going up and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was coming down. So while coming down in Prayagraj, he met Rupa Goswami only for 10 days. And in Kashi, in Varanasi, Sanatan Goswami for 2 months. In such a short meeting, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu put so much Krishna in the heart of Rupa and Sanatan that they could do wonderful things. And the third time it says, Rupa Goswami walked back to Jagannath Puri. I think it was around 2 months when he came. So he only had 3 short meetings with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Many times we complain, I haven't had darshan of my spiritual master for last 5 years or something, which you should take if possible. But our parampara is, Vapu is very nice, but Vani parampara. We serve the Vani of a spiritual master. Rupa Goswami is serving the Vani, the mission given to Rupa and Sanatan and all the 6 Goswamis. It was only Raghunath Das Goswami who stayed in Puri for a long time, had the most association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Other Goswamis did not have much association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but look at their services. Look at their services. What a wonderful service they did. Because of Guhyam Akhyati Praksh, they revealed their mind, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu responded on that. And then he empowered them. Who's this? Rupa Sanatan in Ramkeli. The first question they asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when they met for the very first time, face to face. They were writing letters to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu earlier than Ramkeli as well. Here, first time they're seeing each other face to face. The first question they ask, who I am, why I'm suffering. People call me a pandit, but I am a murkha. I'm a foolish person because I don't know who I am and why I'm suffering. Now we may having our, PhD degrees or other MTech degrees and all that. We will be very proud of it. Here, Rupa and Sanatan, they are the Home and Finance Minister, one of the best posts you can ever get. Rich people, the knower of 8 languages, if I'm not wrong, 8 languages or maybe 12. Fluently, they could write, read, and speak. Such a knowledgeable person, such a scholarly person, and they're asking Chaitanya Mahaprabhu the first question. People call me Pandit, but actually I'm a murkha. I'm a foolish person because I don't know who I am and why I'm suffering. So we should sometimes contemplate on these. That's why we should read Shastra. It makes us very humble. Whatever material qualifications which we may have, and that's very nice, but many times we may know some verses from Bhagavad Gita as well, but are we living on those verses? Not sure. Not sure. Chaitanya Rupa Goswami says, I don't live on those verses, so I don't know. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you please let me know. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Jiva Sarupa Krishna Nityadas. This is Rupa. Now both knows the Bhagavatam. It's not Rupa didn't know Bhagavatam. He was already having Gupta Vrindavan in Ramkeli. Already having. He was serving Vaishnavas. He was sustaining the whole Vaishnava community there. But still he's asking. So when we meet with our spiritual master, we should become very humble. Very, very humble. I don't know. You'll ask, how are you? And we say, I'm fine. I'm fine, Guru Maharaj. No, you should say, I'm not fine. I'm not fine. I'm struggling. That's a fact. That's a fact. We are struggling. Please do something. Please give me mercy of this murkha because I think I'm fine. Anyway, so this nice example here. Who is this in this picture? Everyone knows that. I'm remembering
Arjun.
Arjun and Krishna. So Arjun is asking Krishna, revealing his mind to Krishna. Krishna, I don't know. I don't know what my dharma is. You please guide me. Shishyaste ham shadimam tvam prapannam. I'm under your shelter. You please guide me as your disciple. And what Krishna does? Chastises Arjun. Chastises Arjun. Gohiya makhyati prakshati. Now, Goya Makhati Prakshati can be divided into 3 subdivisions, and they can overlap as well, but roughly, broadly speaking, 3 subdivisions we can see. Now, who is in the picture? Chaitanya Charitamrita, more today. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Gambhira, especially the last 18 years of his external Prakat Leela. He just stayed in Jagannath Puri, did not go, he did not travel much, and he was just having Krishna Katha all the time. So the first Guya Makhati Prakshati, in this case, for example, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will say to Sarup Damodar, to Ramanand Rai, please speak about Krishna, and they will speak about Krishna. If you remember Jayadatta Maharaj, he always like to have someone reading Krishna book while he's going to bed. And that was the first service my special master tells he did for Jayadatta Maharaj. So he read Krishna book to Jayadatta Maharaj. And he thought Maharaj is sleeping, so he wanted to sneak out. And as soon as he wanted to sneak out, Jayadatta Maharaj said, where are you going? Read. And Kadam Kana Maharaj said, I thought, he's completely gone on bed. And he said he tried twice. And Maharaj was fully awake. So looked like Maharaj was sleeping. So they are so much absorbed in Krishna Katha, Krishna Katha, Krishna Katha. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with his intimate associates, just Krishna Katha. And he's saying, okay, so what did Dhruv Maharaj? He said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard the story of Dhruv Maharaj 108 times continuously. And sometimes we think, I know story of Dhruv Maharaj, I know story of Putna. Uske class mein kya jana? Putna pastime. I know that. Okay. Supreme Personality of Godhead, hearing the pastime of Dhruv Maharaj 108 times from Brahmanas in a row. And he said, I cannot be satisfied in my mind. Please tell more. Please tell again. Please tell again. And we say, I know Putana pastime. I don't need to sit in the Bhagavatam class. Now, you may not be able to sit in every single Bhagavatam class because of other services. That's fine. But even if you know Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching us, you should still go and sit in the class. Pankajangri Prabhu said, he was sitting in Bhagavatam class, which was in Bengali. He doesn't speak Bengali. Someone asked him, Prabhu, why are you sitting? You're such a senior Vaishnava. He's such a young Brahmachari, and he is speaking in Bengali. So Prabhu's answer was very simple. I may not understand Bengali, but my soul understands Bengali. And whoever this person is speaking, he is speaking Krishna Katha. He's trying to glorify Krishna. That will benefit me. So from that principle, he was sitting in the class. And now you invite devotees for a class and they will say, Prabhu, abhi jana hai, I have to go. And you come back after 2 hours, they're still sitting and talking. They will neither hear the class nor serve Krishna, and they will still hear and talking. And what are they talking? Obviously not Krishna Katha. So we should spend time with sincere devotees, and then we'll become sincere. So one Goyam Akhadi Prakshati can be at Krishna Katha level. You can see, okay, I like this photo. Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj and His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj, they meet with each other. They were very good friends. A lot of stories are there. But when they will meet, what they will do? They will do Krishna Katha. And there's a famous verse, I thought it was very nice. 10.9, Machita Matata Prana Bodhyanta Parasparam, Katsita Shamam Nityam, Dushyanticha, Ramanticha. When two devotees meet with each other, what do? They hear about Krishna, they talk about Krishna, and they feel so much satisfied, so much relish they have in their mind because of Krishna Katha. So that is at the Katha level. Now, second can be at a service level. So service related to Krishna. Now you can see in this picture, some GBCs are there. Serious GBC meetings are going on. Now in this, they may discuss about Krishna. This is not wrong, but the primary focus will be day-to-day problems ISKCON is facing, what they're going to do about it, the impending issues they have to resolve. They sit together and do some resolutions. So the Guhyam Akhadi Prakshati can be totally at the Krishna Katha level, can also be service level, which service relates to purely for Krishna's pleasure. You can see, they are giving their vote for something. Again, it's related purely to the service of Lord, service of the movement, service of Prabhupada. Third, Guhyam Akhadi Prakshati can relate to challenges which we feel on a personal level, I'm talking, with our own anarthas. So we can go to our spiritual master or a senior leader and we can open up our mind. Prabhuji, I'm having a struggle of this. I want to overcome my anarthas, but I'm not able to overcome my anarthas. Please help me. Please guide me. So this person will be able to guide you. And again, as we said, it should be guhyam. It should be in confidence. You should reveal your mind to a trustworthy devotee. Things spoken in private should remain in private. Because if they go out, we may become very embarrassed because we all have our own challenges. If we didn't have challenges, we'll not be here. That's offshore. We all have challenges. Amrendra Prabhu very nicely summarized. He said, if you are sitting here, that means you failed in achieving your best Krishna consciousness in last birth, isn't it? You failed. You failed to remember Krishna in previous life. That's why you are here. You're sitting here, right? There's nothing to argue here. Prabhu, I'm great. There's nothing to argue. We are not so great. Okay, we're not talking about pure devotees here, but generally speaking, we are not so great. So we have our challenges, and A challenges can be different than B's challenges or C's challenges, but we all need support and guidance and encouragement. So we take, and sometimes we get some messages in the class, and many devotees will bow for that, that when you hear a class, you'll get your answer. Some questions going on in your mind. You hear some class here and there's some random, but you'll get, oh, thank you, Krishna. That's the question I was looking forward to. But sometimes you don't get an answer. Sometimes the situation can be very specific. So Guhyam Akhyadi Prakshati is can be done on this third level, which is related to your own anarthas. And then you're trying to find a solution. That's perfectly fine. So what are the three levels Guhyam Akhyadi Prakshati can be done at? The first one is at
Katha level.
Katha, thank you, Prabhuji. Don't say the second one. Someone else. People are getting tired. I know. I can see their faces. Service level. Thank you, Prabhuji. And the third one?
Regarding anarthas.
Regarding anarthas. So they're all valid. They can overlap as well. Now you can also go to your spiritual master. I'm trying to serve you, Guru Maharaj, but I'm having some difficulty. Not personal. I mean, from a government, from other preachers or whatever. So that's also service related. So it's not like one will cross other, but they can overlap with each other. So Guhyam Akhyadi Prakshati is one of the most important aspects. It says you must have at least one friend in Krishna consciousness, one friend whom you can trust. He said, if you don't have that one friend, which again can guide you, will know Shastra more than you, will have more experience, and will be able to give you shelter, then you are very poor in Krishna consciousness. You should have at least one good friend where you can reveal your heart. And if you have a couple of them, you should feel very fortunate about it, very fortunate, because a spiritual master may not be available to resolve your queries all the time. This is how it is. This is the practical situation. So we should seek those friends, and they will inspire us nicely. Okay, I just have to summarize this. I think we have to do it next time. We have done the contents of the verse. Well, there'll be a little summary of this verse, which we can do next week. Okay, it's 9:00. If anyone has a quick question, I can take. Now, what I will discuss next week or in next class, summary of this.
Because the Lal Govind Prabhu Katha is there.
Yes,
Next
yes,
Wednesday.
yes.
We have
So we'll discuss that. So Mohit Prabhu, I'll just come back to you in 1 minute. So next class, we'll discuss the summary of this whole verse as per Prabhupada. And Prabhupada will also explain in his own purport, which comes from Bhakti Maharaj, whom to not associate with, which is also very, very important principle. So whom to associate with, which we have discussed, and whom to not associate, Prabhupada writes that. So we'll discuss that part as well. So we'll do that, and then we'll move to verse 5. Okay, now to respond to Mohit Prabhu's question, I will give that question to Sundar Gopal Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Okay, so previously we had mentioned that because of the programs that we're having, Lal Govind Prabhu's Katha and other things, we will not have a regular class on the 24th, but we'll have it on the 23rd. Now, there are certain other programs happening on 23rd and around that. So keeping that into consideration, the proposal is, can we have a class on the coming Sunday? We can maybe do an uptake vote quickly now, maybe something like 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. around that time.
Yeah, if that works for most of us, we can do that, so that Tuesday night is free for other seva, because Gauranga Darshan Prabhu is visiting, as we all know, and there are some programs, which is very nice. So if that works for most of us, we can do that Sunday evening. Now, if it doesn't work, please raise your hand, and that's fine. You may have other commitments. I already knew that hand.
Have Sunday Shri Prahlad Prabhu's Kirtan in the temple.
Yes, so that's why we are saying 3 to 5, not later. So Prabhu is doing Kirtan obviously from 7 p.m. onwards. So yes, we are aware of that program as well. So that's why we are sort of proposing a middle option. But if it doesn't work, we can go on Tuesday option. So whatever devotees prefer, we can do Sunday or Tuesday. I thought Sunday might be a
the
better
Katha
one.
was starting from Monday to Friday.
Sorry,
So
Prabhu.
Lal Prabhu is every day.
No, it's from Wednesday, Prabhuji. Next Wednesday, Prabhuji.
Not from Monday. August.
No. Wednesday to Tuesday, Prabhu. For 7 days. Yeah.
There are other programs maybe.
Yeah, so Sunday will suit better for devotees. Please raise your hand quickly. It's already 9:03. And if it doesn't work, that's fine.
You prefer Tuesday.
You prefer Tuesday. Prabhu also prefer Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Tuesday, okay. Ragvi Mata.
Tuesday, Prabhu. Because
Tuesday.
Sunday, yeah, there's a seminar.
That's fine. Yeah, that's absolutely okay, because there are so many programs happening. You just have to squeeze 2 hours. Now, Avatar Prabhu, Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Okay, so Prabhu, Sundar Gopal Prabhu, let's keep as our previously planned Tuesday night. We'll meet at the same time. And then after that, we'll have a regular class. Okay. Okay, let's stop here. If you have questions, please write, and we'll try to discuss in our next class.